Welcome back to episode 32. We're going to be talking about how we can separate the declarations from the definitions for a class. So we did this with functions. Let's just do it with classes really quick. So anyway, what we can do is create two new files, and I've already done it here. I have a header file and a implementation file. And for the declarations, I can just copy those over into the header file like that. And then in the implementation file, I have to link it to the header file. So we'll include the header file there. And then we're just going to copy over our definitions down here. So there we go. There's a few more things that we need to tidy up. In our main, we were using this namespace standard for our strings and such, and we're still using strings in our definitions and declarations, so we have to specify that. So we could either copy this line over using namespace std, or we could specify the actual namespace by just doing this. So we can type std and then the scope resolution operator and then the type. So that's what I've done here, and you have to do that for each string that uses the namespace. And I did that in both. Well, we'll do it here. So in the implementation file, just std and then colon, and I have to do it here too. And now what we can do is include this header file in our main. So we'll do hashtag include the header file, which is human.h. And what we're going to do is take this IOStream library and throw it into the human header file like that. So we do this so that we can use it in both our human.cpp file, we can use it in our human header file, and we can use it in our main file because we're including that header file. And subsequently, we're also including the IOStream library. And it turns out that the string is also defined in the IOStream library, so that's why we need it. So this idea of basically linking files to a certain library by just including the library once and then linking other files to that header file, it only works for libraries. If I wanted to use namespaces in multiple files, I would have to specify that namespace in each file. So I'd have to say something like using namespace std in this file, and even though it's in this header file and we included that header file, it's not going to be used in this file if we don't have that. So we have to put that in every single file that we want to use it, or we can just do it this way like I showed you. Anyway, let's go ahead and save these files here, and we'll go ahead and compile this stuff. So we're in this directory with our 3 files, and we'll use the mingw compiler to compile these. So again, we only need to compile the implementation files, the actual CPP files. So we'll do that, and hopefully there will be no errors. And there you go, no errors. So now we'll go ahead and link this stuff together. So we have to link everything into an executable that we'll call runme.exe, and then we'll link the main.o and the human.o, so those object files. And now we'll go ahead and run this, and it should work. Runme.exe, and it says Bob's eye color equals brown. So let's see, it says Bob's eye color equals bob.get eye color. So we're using that getter. I don't think I did this in the last video, but I just changed this to use that getter instead of doing it directly.